Hello and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. I've just noticed that something back there doesn't have power. We'll deal with that in a moment. The first thing I want to do is turn the headphones down a bit because that music was very loud in my ears. There we go, that's a bit better. I want to cut this because currently these things only have a limited lifespan. If we go to upgrades, we can see here our solar cell life is 1800 seconds. So once they're up there, they don't last forever. And currently we're not actually doing anything with the power that they're generating. So I want to actually stop feeding these things. The stuff that's on the line, I'll just leave that be there. So here what I want to do is throw a box down. And we will grab from the box. Is that one enough? There's this other one that was blinking at me. Ah, here. And we'll throw power here as well. Wondering if one of those is enough to clear the line. But I can't tell until those things have emptied their inner inventories. But yes, it looks like one is definitely fast enough. This way we'll build up a ton in the box, so we'll get that later. Exit build mode. There we go. Music was still a bit loud in my ears. So there has been another update to the game. The main change that I've seen that might affect is they say they've lowered the volume on smelters. Yeah, and they've lowered the pitch on it, so it's just a background rumble. That's no longer the white noise digging into the center of my brain that it was earlier. So if we want to be able to actually get the energy from those solar sails that we are shooting up, we need the thing that lets us collect the energy, which we've maybe not even invented yet. Right, technologies. Cool technology. The ray receiver. Here we go. So I think we've got all those components, but let's activate the research on that, so that will get done. And we'll start looking at this. Okay. Am I making whatever that pink thing is? The pink thing with the wavy lines coming out. That's what I want to know. Fabricate components. Yes, I am. That is the photon combiner. So I think I'm going to be able to make this in the mall pretty close to where this one is. It may have a lot of the same components. What else do I want to do? Yes, so because the planet we're on has such a tilt to it, if we go to map mode, the planet's axial inclination is 19 degrees, and then our orbit inclination is 11. That means, as we can see currently, it's winter in the northern hemisphere, which is why our shooty things are spending more than 50% of the time not being able to shoot. I'm actually thinking on this planet I might want to launch my shooty things from the equator. I could have a number of them spread out, like in 4 quadrants, so some of them are always there and ready to go. But obviously that means we need the solar sails to be able to transport around the place, so I think it's time to get the planetary logistics system. Planetary transportation can be realized through logistics station and logistics drone after materials technology reached a certain level. Yeah. So this will get us the fastest belt speed, which we will manufacture in the mall, although we might not standardize on that because 30 per second is a lot. But the main thing is it's going to get us these planetary logistics stations. Logistics drones will automatically transport cargo between the stations when you set the corresponding items for supply and demand. This only works within this planet. And then we'll also have to make these drones. That's got a pink bar belly thing, which we don't have currently. And the logistics drones needs that rocket engine. Yeah, requires thruster. Okay, we've done the research on that. So, where is our thruster? Here we go, thruster. Oh, that's just copper and iron. That's nice and easy. So we'll research that. And I suspect this is our pink barbell thing. Magnetic particle trap. Particles can be binded by devices. While firmly binding the particles, it can guide particles to show some specific properties. And we should be able to manufacture that as well, albeit slowly. So, anything else I wanted to do here at this moment? I do not think so. One other thing they said they did is they added a sound effect to the labs. So if we can find the lab that's actively working. Yeah, that's a nice pleasant little tinky sound of science happening. Again, the animation in this game is superb. the attention to detail. The fact that we're processing red cubes at the moment, so only red cubes are floating around inside these domes. Okay, back to the mall, which is here. Right, can I make the things I want here? Fabricate. Buildings. So the ray receiver receives high-energy rays transmitted from the Dyson swarm or Dyson sphere. The received energy can be directly output to the power grid or stored as photons in a critical state. Now I'm curious is how does its ingredients compare to this one? Okay, so it does need the blue things. It needs the blue magnetic parts in the chips and the silicon, which I believe is all here. Where is the silicon? Have we run out again? No. We've only run the silicon to here for now. Which means we're going to have to route that round and maybe have it as the third ingredient on this line. Which we always figured we might have to do at some point. Needs steel, which we've got on the side here. Right, the main thing that I don't even think we're manufacturing yet are these things. Prisms and chips. I mean, I know we're manufacturing a load of them up there for the solar sails, I think. Where are chips and prisms on this? Well, there's our prisms. And it looks like we have chips heading off in that direction. Oh, and it's on the ground. That's good. Okay. We can make it here. Although we're going to need quite a few of them, aren't we? Because I suspect that's going to be something we're going to need a lot of in future. The chips go on a long drive all the way around there and then stop. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I leave room for my triple belts and so on. Okay, there's the thruster, that's good. We are going to route the prisms that we're already making up around to be next to this and along here, and we're going to have a bank of these things making the pink thruster things, possibly over here, outputting onto a belt down there. So I will be back once I've got that laid out. So we've got the prisms. They duck under here, shoot on up, then go down, come along here, hop over there, and go all the way over to here. And that way I can put my machines making the photon exciters, I think they were called, here, outputting onto this belt, which will then head in this direction. And then I need... Oh no, okay, I've made a slight mistake here. This belt does not need to be there. Oops. X. Then I'm going to need steel. Oh, so it can be this machine. Oh no, because it has to be built here. Oh, okay, I've made a mistake. Has to be built here because this is where the chips and the magnetic coils are. I think I will have a belt doing something like this that will duck over to it. That's gotta be the best thing to do at this stage. Yeah. Okay, let me... If you hold down shift and right click, you can move your mech while in build mode, which is good. Right, so I want to line up on this grid. It's for precisely this sort of thing where you need to get a little bit of material over to somewhere else. It's a good reason to always have your assemblers lining up. So this is as far as I could get the prisms because of that miner. So what I want to do now is get my manufacturing. If I line up to here, I can't grab the prisms, so... There we go. So we'll go with our standard 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do that in build mode, that's a little annoying. Select recipe. Photon combiners, not exciters. Right. Grab your chips and your things. And I may as well cut the belts here. You're going to need some power. Right, those are all functioning. That is good. So, I was right about this belt needing to run in the other direction. So, let's get rid of you. Get a short belt going this way, and this is going to have steel on it. And for consistency, and it's so I don't miss the fact in future, I'm going to move the steel grabbing for that machine to be off of that belt. You. Is that lining up with my pattern? I am uncertain now. Oh no, this power pole's in the way. We're not quite lining up with stuff, are we? Maybe there's an... Yeah, it needs to be there. So maybe that power pole wasn't in the way. Not sure you were actually powering anything. Okay, assembly machine. You are making my ray receivers. Right, steel, silicon, the exciters, chips and blue engines. So chips, they're not engines, they're magnetic coils. Oh, silicon. I've got the belt for the silicon set up here, doing a nice wiggly wiggly. And oh, that's my build range, but I can just shift right click. I shifted the silicon belt for these guys out a bit, so there's very little silicon still in that box. So here comes the silicon you want. Right, what don't you have? Steel. Why aren't you grabbing steel? Because I built this in entirely the wrong place. It should be here, not there. Shift copy. That way at least I'll keep the recipe. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Right. Silicon, supermagnetic coils, chips, steel. What are you lacking? Just the photon combiners. Right. If I start you there, go up one, and then put you back down to 0. Should hopefully be able to do that. Gonna need power. There we go. Not the fastest, but it'll do the job. So you now have everything you need to start manufacturing. Excellent. Alright, let's get a box. I love the way it shoves me out the way, rather than stopping me being able to do the production. Right. Into the box, and limit the box to a single stack. So, let's grab some of these. We've got a map at the moment. I think I want to go to the South Pole because it's currently winter in the north. So here's our cluster of solar panels. If we get rid of the ones in the middle. Is it under power? It is not. It's under the Dyson Sphere Program.
You built a ray receiver, which can receive high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson Sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
Thank you. So as we can see here on this display, yeah, this currently we only have like a 30% efficiency. But there is this thing about continuous receiving. The more it continuously receives power, the better the efficiency will be, and we'll get more power and energy from it. So even though this planet has these long winters and summers at the North and South Pole, I think North and South Pole is the place to put my ray receivers. Actually, we're in a winter zone at the moment, and it is still gaining power. That could be because it sticks up enough that it can see the swarm. Especially because the swarm's at an angle. So I think what I want to do is put a few of these at the north and south poles. But obviously I stopped launching my solar sails, so those are dying off now. But I can start that up nice and quick. How do I escape? There we go. Alright, so this is quite big. I suspect I'm going to need to take out all of these solar panels. Yes. They won't go to waste, I will put them down again. Okay, so we'll put those down for now, and I'll just reconnect to my power grid using these solar panels. But this is pretty good. Okay. So I want to do this again on the North Pole, and you know, I'm sure my mill should have made more of these by then. I follow these wind turbines, they take me to the mall. Out of silicon. Right, so I will fly to the other planet and grab more silicon and set up on the north and south poles. But before I do that, are there any upgrades we can now do? Because we have been gaining some technology and stuff. We don't have that yet. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that. I thought there was maybe some we could do. That needs yellow science. Ray transmission efficiency. This makes our solar receivers, our Dyson swarm receivers, more efficient, but it needs yellow science, as does that. So obviously yellow science is something we're going to have to push for soon. I thought maybe there would be something we could do without the need for yellow science. But obviously I am wrong. Okay. Is there any technology we want to go for? Probably yellow science. Okay, so this unlocks the yellow science, which needs diamonds and stuff. We have to go through polymer chemical engineering, which will give us organic crystals. High strength crystals, which gives us the diamonds, which we can make with titanium and those crystals we just made. And then that will get us to the yellow science. Right, so while that's researching, I am going to go and get more silicon and maybe set up some of those ray receivers at the north and south poles.